Hello everyone, welcome to another video on this channel. This time a little bit of a different video. We're going to take a look at the broader market and then especially big tech, Nasdaq, Apple, Microsoft. Those are going to be the big focus points because some really interesting things are happening right now. And the first big thing that catches my eye is that the market is almost, I'm talking about big tech, is almost flipping over to the bearish side and looking ready for a correction. Though it might still go the other way as well. It's going to be really interesting the next couple of days where the markets are heading. I think we're at a very crucial point right now. So first of all, what we see here, this is the QQQ, the Nasdaq ETF, and we do see that market is trying to stay above that orange line. We've seen it earlier last week, and now we're seeing it as well that the Nasdaq is just staying above that 20-day moving average, and that's a big level. Basically, ever since we broke above it in March, which was breaking out of this classic bull flag, very nice technical breakout that was. We broke above it. We were below it for, I don't know, only a few days, but we did manage to get back above that again, and the whole trend was up, and we stayed above that level. Basically, only a few days, not, but basically stayed above it for 4 months above the 20-day moving average, and now we are very close to breaking below that. Now, of course, as you've seen, it doesn't need to be the end, but I do think if we're going to break below and stay below that for a couple of days, then we might be heading for a correction. Now, there is, of course, still going to be some support at the low of Monday the 26th, which is at around the 357 level for the QQQ. And if we're going to drop any lower, we are going to be looking to find some support at the green line, the 50-day. That's always a important level as well for the Nasdaq to find support. But anyway, there's not too much support technically because we went up so straight. This is definitely important level to watch. Now looking at Apple, we actually see the same. We see a very strong 20-day. I think even stronger than the Nasdaq. Here. It's been very good support, and we now seem to be breaking below it. Today we could actually close below the 20-day moving average. That could be a huge close for Apple, a very bad close as well. Now, of course, tomorrow we have the CPI, we have the rebalancing of the Nasdaq 100. So those factors could still make this like a false break out to the downside, and we could still get above it. But if, let's say, CPI is not too good, actually inflation's still high, in my opinion, we could actually break, I wouldn't say finally break, but we could actually break below that. And that will be first break since March, and actually maybe the first big break below ever since the beginning of the year. So for Apple, crucial days are ahead. And in my opinion, the first line of support would definitely be the low here of around the 22nd of June, which is at around 182. But as you can see, it's only $5. I would be looking more at the 50-day, which has also been a good support in the past and also a resistance. So yeah, the 50 days important. And then if we're going to break even lower, then looking at the weekly, we do see that there's still a lot of room down to at least the orange line of 172 or potentially the 50 week at the 157. But as you can see, it's a straight line, and in my opinion, too straight right now for this stock that is about to break below very crucial levels. Now, interestingly, Microsoft has already broken below that level. They actually already did, but from Microsoft, we've seen it in the past. We've seen here one day prior to the earnings, we thought, okay, this is it for Microsoft. And then in the end, they moved up that next day like 7%. And then from that point on, they stayed above it until they dropped below, trying to find some support. And for Microsoft, you can see the 50-day is really important. It's a really big support, and they did almost touch it. So for Microsoft, there is still some hope left if they can stay above the 50-day. But also for Microsoft, they can even, with the bad CPI, the markets go down like 1 or 2 days, it can really start dropping even below the 50, and we might gonna see that correction that I think many people are anticipating on, and people are waiting that, and also people are maybe trying to take some profit at that point. So for the markets, very big days ahead. Now the CPI, of course, the inflation numbers haven't been as big as they were like 1 year ago, where the markets could move up like 4 or 5%, or move down like 3-4% on the inflation number, but still it's going to be an important indicator for the Fed, for their policy on interest rates. So we are going to keep an eye on that. And if it's going to be extremely high or extremely low, I'm still expecting the market to move with at least 2%. And if that will happen, it would definitely mean that both Apple will break below the 20-day, Microsoft will break below the 50, and also the Nasdaq, the QQQ will break below the support. So big days ahead. Please in the comments, let me know what you think about the markets. Do you think that we are going to get the correction, especially of course within the tech sector, or do you think we're going to stay above the support and get to new highs? Please let me know in the comments. Also, please don't forget to leave a like and a subscribe, and then I hope to see you all the next video.